So the Me Too movement is modern feminism in a way. All of the ways that men have made women comfortable or that people have made men uncomfortable sexually have been paraded out in the open, and they have been brought to the offender, and it's been a fight for justice. I assume that if somebody gets raped by someone, it would be good to have a Me Too movement to say, hey, I was raped by that same person. And one of the things about women is that they are more expressive with their emotions. Now, an emotion is an emotion, and nobody should discount emotions that are not publicly expressed. But some emotions are the result of a lot of little things add up. And so they're hard to express. They're hard to explain because how do you say this, and therefore this, and that hurt so bad? It's difficult. It's not like he raped me or he groped me or things like that. Sometimes there is damage that's done that comes from repeated behaviors or repeated styles of behavior that damage people greatly. And so let's add an N to it. I've always been of the philosophy, if you can, add an N. And this N is men. So Me Too movement is predominantly for women. But the Men Too movement is for men. And what I recommend you decide is, what in your life have you experienced damage from somebody that amounts to so much that you would have preferred to be anally raped? Now, nobody wants to be anally raped. Men don't want this, unlike the common myth that men love this. No, it turns out we don't enjoy it. However, men can take an anal raping and move on with their lives. It is something, but some people have PTSD. It's very traumatic. It's definitely uncomfortable, but it's a possibility that that could happen to you and you could still have an enriching and fulfilled life ahead of you, and it would be a bump in the road. Maybe a jarring, extreme speed bump series, because those bumps hurt. Getting raped is not comfortable. But there are things that are worse than it. Having your work destroyed, having your child taken from you. These things are worse than being anally raped, in my mind. Now, I say that without having been anally raped. So I might not be able to speak with pure authority on this matter. However, I can tell you what my baby's mom did to me, the loss of my baby for just years and years of her life, and the silence and the despair and just cutting me out, the deletion of my YouTube channel, all of that amounts to having been anally raped multiple times. And I would definitely make the trade. I would definitely, barring receiving AIDS or something awful, have preferred anal rapage to this awful result. And it's hard to express that. But Men Too. The Men Too movement is an N rights movement. Men have N rights. We have the right to add an N to every me because we are stuck being men, and men are not as emotionally expressive, but we experience difficult emotions on the same scale. Surely men are just as emotional. We just hide it and control it and internalize it and suffer an added emotional burden of not being allowed or accepted to express every whim that comes our way. And so men take a lot of damage. The Men Too movement, #Men Too, is for men that feel like, or women, look, hey, women are sometimes damaged in ways that they would prefer anal rapage to being damaged in that way. It just happens. Rape is kind of seen as the end all be all, but it's actually murder that is the end all be all. And so if you feel like there are some experiences in your life that you want to trade for an anal rapage, that means you need a hashtag #MenToo movement. So get on your Twitter, get on your Facebook, hashtag #MenToo, because Me Too leaves out an N. And sometimes what we're missing in life is a capital N. Sometimes that's what needs to be given to a culture like ours. Sometimes a capital N is absent, and that absence does not help. It makes the heart grow fonder until an N becomes so important that you trade your life for it. Anyway, it's unfair, so hashtag #MenToo. Thank you.